So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Obviously, things are kind of slow. It's that time of the year. But let's be mindful of that and trade accordingly, be patient and wait, and or just kind of just don't expectations have to be drawn down a little bit. That's all. All right. Those are the levels I'm going to use kind of as guiding us through the day. I don't know if we're going to get much opportunity here. Let's see if there's any numbers coming out this morning. Coming right up to the 37 again. Came off of it very nicely there for us. Gave us another chance. We did have initial claims come out this morning. They were expecting 210, came out at 218. So, what that does doesn't do. And we have pending home sales coming out here at 9 o'clock at the top of the hour. So maybe this is something to trade. I don't know. And then there's a 70-year note auction. If you're going to be around that long. All right, so again, traded off the 37 here a little bit. And see where we want to go from there. And there are the levels there for us in the chat. We have 9 o'clock number. The home sales coming out. Pending home sales. So we shall see if anything different from that. This came off that upper resistance area. I'll be here in the background in case anything happens. But again, very slow and not much going on.
James D. and Lee S. James, let us know what you're trading. Lee, let us know what you're trading. Use the chat feature to respond. That's the audio readout of the levels today. Today's coaching levels are posted in the webinar chat. Any questions about our services and you wanted to talk privately, let us know in chat. Justin, good morning. Hey, Justin, I'll post the levels that we were working with this morning, today's coaching levels. Those are the levels there now. Check the chat area. Hey, James D, you're back. Let me know in chat, James D. Hey, Justin, are you up with anybody in particular? Who do you have your account with? Oh, that's great. You know, in this service, this is called trade action coaching in the S&P 500 E-mini, based on a price action trading methodology that can be taught and learned. You start the session out by laying out key levels, and you'll see the levels in there. It says today's coaching levels in the chat. There's a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. Are you familiar with price action trading? You know, with this methodology, we're looking to pick up 2 points plus. We defend with 2 points, which is pretty tight. Price action is a trading fundamental. It really cuts through a lot of the market theory and noise that we get caught up in as traders. I think it might be good practice for you and anybody that's starting out in trading is to just trade in simulation with your platform. Nice start would be plotting the levels that are put together here right before the cash open, and those are the levels that are posted. You'll see a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot, like the pivot was 48.31 today. You would plot that in your software, and then you would pay attention to the action of price in the S&P 500 E-mini as those levels come into play to start to visualize and understand price movement. Out of that understanding comes the opportunity to put trades on and take them off. Now, this is in simulation only. Concept here is that if you have decent levels to start out with, which I think you'll start to pick up that the market prices will change in and around these levels, and traders will look to capitalize on that price change in and around these levels and put trades on and take them off based on a disciplined approach. Now, we're looking for a minimum trading profit on each trade here of 2 points plus. We're defending with stops generally at 2 points, but that can expand based on trade action and market action on a particular day. And really just concentrate on doing that first so that you can become more comfortable with the action of price, putting trades on and taking them off in simulation only, and get loose when it comes to trading. You're not overthinking. You've got these pre-mapped out levels. You've got areas based on those pre-mapped out levels that you're looking at. And then it's a matter of putting trades on and taking them off. Now, there are a couple different steps when you put a trade on, right? You've got what you're thinking about getting into a trade. Like, why do you think this trade's going to go in that direction? You've got a market entry. You have a stop placement. And you have an exit strategy. And that's really the only thing you need to think about in the beginning so that you can sort of get loosened up based on trading without taking risk, because you're simulating only. And you start to work your mouse, you start to work your order entry, and you start to pay attention and see what's happening in the marketplace. That's stage one. And you do that by being part of this service, coming in on a daily basis when you can attend, receiving the levels, plotting those levels, and then paying attention to the price movement for a couple hours in the morning session. Start to put your trades on and take them off. I wouldn't worry about how you're doing, what your P&L is. I wouldn't even look at your P&L. I'd call it pick up on points. Do everything by points, nothing with price, nothing with money. I would start there. Now, this service is a paid service. We let individuals come in as a guest for a couple days, and then we ask you to concentrate on yourself and what we're doing here. Ask questions, interact. We do have additional education that can help you with price action trading. That is a supplement to this trade action coaching session. It's our contention that unless you're dealing with the live market, you're really not dealing in trading. It's our contention there's a lot of market theory, and you had mentioned market structure, that can take a lot of time. You'll pick up on that. There's a lot of individuals out there that spend a lot of time learning everything around the markets, about trading, about market theory, various indicators, time frames, crosses, sorts of crazy stuff. That's all part of this concept of a trading business. However, we've run into so many individuals that don't know how to trade. They don't take the time to learn price action and trade it by trading it. And one of the nice things about these trading platforms is that you have real-time data. You have the opportunity to simulate against real-time data, and you can judge yourself based on the action of doing it and the thought pattern that goes into the concept of the action of price based on a frame, which are these coaching levels. Now, this is an education-only service. It's structured in a way that gives you, in my opinion, a benefit. Your trade-along coach here is a 25-year veteran trader of the trading pits in Chicago. And it really depends on what you want out of this market. Coming in and doing 2, 3, 4, 5 trades during the morning session, banking your money for the day is a pretty good outcome, but you've got to get there. Hey, James, are you there? Let me know back in chat. Now, I don't know, Justin. I can give you a link if you're interested in starting out and learning to trade, and then ultimately using somebody else's capital to trade once you get good at this. Let me know if you'd like that link and review it. James, the same. Anybody else the same? Just ask in the chat and I'll send you the link. Just click on it and read about it. It's between you and them. But we do have the opportunity for you to earn a funded trading account. But again, you have to be good at it. Nobody's going to give you money to trade unless you're good at it. Yeah, I'll give you the link now. It's good to learn. One of the things that you could do, and this is up to you, is that you could do your learning based on the format from the prop firm. In other words, you would set up your trade of 8 through them, and then you would be in the ring. Some people do that. But read about it. Here's the link. And if you have any questions, we have got a pretty good contact there that can help you get set up and walk you through getting set up. But again, you still have to know how to trade. So be very careful of anybody recommending anything. When it comes to buying and selling or doing anything. It's a very dangerous game to get involved in. A lot of self-interest out there. What we do here is we help you really focus on you learning by trading in simulation, your own account, until you get good enough to trade real money on your own. And even then, I would suggest that you have a relationship with somebody that knows what's going on, like in this case, your trade along coach, to help you transition from simulation to real-time trading. Price action trading is a methodology, I believe, and it remains to be seen if you believe, is a trading fundamental that is really powerful. And if you can learn it, apply it, it's a very streamlined method to trade in the market, and it's very results orientated. In other words, you're going to see if you're any good at this, and you'll be able to see you getting better at it on your own based on laying out. So let's go through the TikTok, right? Let's say you're set up with your trading platform. Right now, you have Tradeovate, which is great. Have that on simulation. Review the charts that are here. There's 2 time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini and a 30-year bond chart. If you need help setting up charts, ask. And we can arrange that for you. If you need help specifically understanding price action trading and you want to get yourself set up for it based on your platform, ask in chat and we can help you with that. If you want to learn how to plot these levels, the ones we give out pretty close to the cash open as today's coaching levels, ask and we can help you with that. It's for everybody out there. If you need specific instruction, like that's where I would stop. And then I would practice until you're comfortable enough to ask better questions and know what you're looking for. In other words, I would practice trade based on your chart setup, your order entry. I would pick, contract size, one contract in simulation. And I would work the market by going short and long in and around these pre-mapped out levels. So we talked about that, right? We had the pivot at 48.31. We had resistance on the upside at 37, 42.50, and so on. On the downside, we had 26, 20, 14. Those are the numbers that you plot. And then in around those numbers, and we're doing the S&P 500 E-mini. The reason we do the S&P 500 E-mini is there's some beef in it. And in simulation, it's not going to hurt you because you're not trading real money, right? You're trading the money that's coming out of your trading platform. So you don't have to worry about the risk part as of now. And when you get good at it, you're going to be managing your risk with a 2-point stop. And depending on market action and what happens, that might expand, but that's a lesson for another day. So that's really the opportunity. The opportunity is decide if you want to be here. I'll post the freight. It's inexpensive, but it has a cost. It's inexpensive from my perspective anyway. It may not be inexpensive for others, but you have to make a value decision for yourself. For a whole month of trade action coaching, it's $495. If you do it quarterly for 3 months, it's $895, and that's like another winning discount. Let me do this. You're looking for price movement and you're looking for a pickup of on that price movement, whether you're going long or short. So you're really looking at price movement, right? So the price in the S&P 500 E-mini is a number, and you can see the number ticking in the screen, right? When that number moves up, that's a long trade. When the number moves down, that could be a short trade. Having said that, the concept of getting into a trade at a price and then structuring your stop placement and where you're looking for the trade to go based on price action, a price action trading methodology, is really where the beef is, right? So what you're looking for is, where do you get in based on where the market might be moving, and then where you get out. And if you're looking for the market to go up based on a price action move, then you are looking to sell higher than where you bought, and you're defending at your stop. And the opposite of that is a short trade. In other words, if the market is X, let's say, just for argument's sake, it was 48.31, and you believe the market's going to go down, the S&P 500 E-mini is going to move down in price, then you want to sell it and buy it lower, and you make the spread. Now, you have to consider commissions and that type of thing, but when you are practice trading in simulation, all we're asking you right now, and you might be asking yourself, is just to get into it, where you're not at risk, but you're loosening up your finger, right, on your mouse. You're entering and exiting trades without any real thought first. Then you're narrowing it down based on the action of price. And then ultimately, the light bulb goes off and you start to get it. And that's when we can learn together. Don't micromanage yourself. Don't hinder yourself. Let it flow at first, out of care. Get into the concept of order entry. Get used to the action of price. Put trades on and take them off. Practice that. And then ask about learning. What to do next. You're going to have a trade along coach in here that runs this trade action session. That is a great resource. The 25-year veteran trader, 25-year plus veteran trader. A lot of things that individuals that have been trading for a long time know that could help you, in your trading endeavor. But it's really, this is a personalized sport, right? You're ultimately going to be the actor, trader, your own, and we're here to help support you in that. Anyway, check out that link. Hey, listen, it's trading is a great opportunity. And I'll say this too, is that there's a lot of false profits out there. Sometimes we get caught up in it. Check out that link I posted. Check out the links based on this service. Want to be part of it, great. If you don't want to be part of it, that's okay too. Hey, Justin, that's a very good question. I think that's a question for your trade along coach. I mean, if I took a stab at that question, I think I might have brought it up a little bit earlier based on our conversation. Concentrating on trading versus market theory, market structure. We have met, I've talked to many very bright individuals that have the lingo down, all the market theory down. They've read a ton and could talk to you for days about charts, price theory, all the things around actual doing, all the things to the exclusion of the actual trading part. So that's one thing. That an individual that delves in to the trading part, and in my opinion, price action trading is one of the fundamentals. So let's use price action trading as the dive-in point. Concentrating on price change, and particularly having decent pre-mapped out levels, which I think you'll pick up pretty quickly that the levels here are pretty decent. Nothing is in stone. You have to adjust and tweak based on the action of price, but you'll learn that, over time. But my point is that a lot of people dance around taking risk and dance around, all the other things associated with trading, but the trading. So it's my contention that concentrate on the trading, whether it's in simulation, and then go to real time when you're ready. And then take your lumps and learn from those lumps. In other words, be malleable enough to learn from your mistakes. So that's one thing. So I guess it's do it. Like the old adage from Nike, just do it instead of talk about it or consider doing it, just do it. And in this format, it's pretty painless because you are doing it in simulation until you're comfortable, and then hopefully having somebody help you go from simulation to real time. And that's one of the things that we provide. So you would get that here, and that would be an opportunity for you. The other thing that comes to mind is that it just was in my head. I think it just left my head. The other thing is that, and I've spent a lot of time personally with individuals on the phone that, again, as I mentioned, are pretty bright. And they are, or have spent a ton of time working on their trading technique. They have watched videos, they've read, they've come up with something in their head that they believe should work, could work, would work. And then what ends up happening is they get so much tunnel vision from doing that, they can't break out. My recommendation to them has been explain your approach to somebody that's been doing it for a long time. And I always mention Saul or maybe Don. And if they have a dialogue and they're willing to change, there are small tweaks that you can make when you're really close to making money based on your technique, that if you have an open mind that you may make to help you bridge the gap from being stuck, but having an open mind to get unstuck. And that takes some ego shifting. So those are the two things. Just get into it and do it and get all the other crap out of your mind. Don't think you have to be a market guru in all aspects to trade. It's really not the case. You really just got to be good at the trading part. And you do that by repetition, awareness. And again, if you have a framework or a discipline on a daily basis, which in my opinion, is price action, and then the discipline of having key levels mapped out for you. And again, I refer you back to the chat area where those levels are there for you and can help you get a start. And the other one is, make sure that you can adapt to what's actually happening. And that takes time and effort, and it takes awareness. And that's a daily opportunity, or when you can attend opportunity. And the frame here is 9 a.m. to 11:30. Right now it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. The levels here are set right up against the cash open at 9:30. Pivot, other levels on top and bottom. That's your discipline and frame. Plot them. And again, if there's something here you don't know or don't understand, ask. But again, if you're deciding that you'd like to be here with us, make sure you sign up so we know to pay attention to you. James D, let me know if you're back. Anything else, Justin, just let us know.